Once upon a time, in a small town on the outskirts of the city, there was an old man named Ben. He lived alone in a worn-out hut, owning nothing but a few skinny hens. Every day, he carried 2 baskets of eggs to the market, selling them at 1 coin for 2 eggs, a fair price to buy rice and seasoning for daily living. Old Ben was known for his honesty and gentleness. People often saw him stooping under the sun, eyes dimmed with age, hands trembling yet carefully crabbling each egg. He still believed that heaven favors the righteous, even though many days he sat shivering in rain and wind without selling a single egg. One bustling market morning, there was a young woman named Lana. Lana dressed elegantly, her shoes polished, perfume lingering sweetly. She came from a wealthy family, often studied in the city, accustomed to lavish parties. That day, she returned to her hometown with friends and stopped by the market out of curiosity. Seeing old Ben's basket of eggs, she asked indifferently, "How much for 1 egg, sir?" Old Ben smiled, voice trembling. "1 coin for 2 eggs, madam." Lana raised her eyebrow, smirking. "1 coin for 4 eggs? If not, I won't buy." The market suddenly fell silent. Some nearby sellers looked up. They knew old Ben was poor, but also that he never overcharged. Old Ben looked at the unsold eggs in his basket, biting his lip. Selling so cheaply meant he earned nothing. But looking at the girl in front of him and thinking of tonight's meal, he sighed. "All right, take them. A start is still good. Today I probably won't sell anything." Lana smiled triumphantly, handing over money. In her eyes shone pride, as if she had won a negotiation, getting a bargain. She grabbed the bag of eggs and walked away without a word of thanks. That afternoon, Lana and her friends sat in a luxurious restaurant. The table was filled with lobsters, beef steaks, and imported wine. Laughter and clinking glasses filled the air. Lana recounted the morning's story, buying cheap eggs from a poor old man. The group burst into laughter, treating it as a humorous anecdote. At the end of the meal, the bill amounted to $420. Lana took out a $500 bill, placed it on the table, and casually said, "Keep the change as a tip." The table laughed again, seeing it as generosity and class. At the same time, old Ben carried empty baskets home. Every step was a sigh. He blamed no one, telling himself, "There's always tomorrow, the hens will lay again." But deep in his heart, he felt choked. Not because of money, but the feeling of being belittled and exploited. That night, he ate only a bowl of thin porridge, staring at his skinny hens with a heavy heart. A few days later, Lana passed the market, overhearing 2 old women whisper, "Poor old Ben." The other day he was forced to sell eggs cheaply, and that night ate only thin porridge. Yes, he's old and frail, relying only on a few hens to survive. Lana froze. The image of the old man forcing a smile, his trembling hand offering eggs, replayed vividly in her mind. A question arose in her heart. Why am I willing to tip hundreds at a restaurant, but haggle over every cent with a poor old man? She suddenly felt ashamed, regretful. The next morning, Lana returned to the market. Old Ben was arranging eggs, still with his worn-out appearance and kind eyes. Lana approached softly, asking, "How much for 1 egg today, sir?" Old Ben smiled. "1 coin for 2 eggs, madam." Lana took out a stack of money, placing it in his hand. "I'll buy them all. Keep the change." Old Ben was stunned, tears streaming down. You are so kind." Lana lowered her head, choked up. "No, I'm just fixing a mistake." That day, old Ben's basket of eggs sold out in moments. He returned home with a radiant smile, his heart warm like never before. As for Lana, she walked away, feeling light yet heavy with thought. She realized, we are often generous in luxurious places, but harsh with those who truly need our kindness. A $1,000 feast passes quickly, but a small act of sharing can change a life. Helping the poor does not make us poor, but neglecting them makes our soul impoverished. Lana understood that the true bargain in life is not paying less for a good, but gaining a smile, trust, and a grateful heart. And from that day, she lived differently, listening more, sharing more, and being generous in the right way. This story leaves a message. Money can fill our pockets, but only kindness fills the heart.